I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. Holiday revelry in Flagler County leads to several arrests. John Arking reports.
The July 4th festivities witnessed a major commotion in Bunnell, where an officer on patrol around 8 p.m. Thursday came upon what he described as approximately 200 people engaged in a physical disturbance. After calling for backup, the officer began to calm the situation until a Palm Coast man identified as 22-year-old Javion Williams threatened to fight another man. The officer told both men to stand down, but Williams failed to comply. He was eventually taken into custody and charged with disorderly conduct and breach of peace. Meanwhile, in Flagler Beach that same evening, 3 arrests were made after a pair of Flagler County Sheriff's detectives on foot patrol came across a large crowd on South Ocean Shore Boulevard watching 3 men involved in a fight. 19-year-old Jared Russo, along with 18-year-old Trenton Nix, both of Palm Coast, and a 17-year-old were separated, with the 2 adults arrested for disorderly conduct. Then later that same evening in Palm Coast, 40-year-old Stacy Wilson was arrested and charged with felony criminal mischief and causing damage in excess of $1,000 after police say she became unruly at a party on Berlin Place and damaged 2 vehicles with a key. Wilson was so intoxicated, police had to take her to the hospital before booking her into the jail. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arking.
This portion of Flagler's Morning News brought to you by the Daytona Beach International Airport, Delta Airlines nonstop to Atlanta, and now nonstop service to New York City via American Airlines.
2 are in custody and others still at large after multiple Mustangs are taken from a Palm Coast dealership. Tony Magoo has the details.
Shortly after 4:30 Friday morning, the Flagler County Sheriff's Office got a call from a security guard working at Palm Coast Ford about multiple stolen vehicles. Deputies spotted a black Mustang without a license plate, and Palm Coast Ford markings merge onto I-95 South. They began an attempt to apprehend the vehicle, reaching speeds up to 80 miles an hour. That's when they requested assistance from Volusia County Sheriff's Office, their K-9 unit, and Air One. The pursuit came to a stop on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, where the driver, Hollins Mills, 19 years old, and passenger, Latravius Powell, 15, were found hiding in a pool behind a residence on West Lake Victoria Circle in Deland. Further investigation revealed that a 3rd Mustang was stolen, and deputies are currently following leads on its whereabouts. Both men are charged with grand theft auto and are in custody in the Volusia County Jail. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Tony Magoo.
A boat sinks in Flagler Beach on 4th of July. It happened just off Moody Lane. Flagler Beach City Manager Larry Newsom.
We call them finger canals. They come off the intercoastal. It's about 40 foot. It's a fishing craft.
The U.S. Coast Guard was involved in removing the boat, which so far Newsom says has not caused any environmental disturbance. This is the 2nd boating incident in Flagler Beach in 2 weeks. A boat caught fire in the Intracoastal Waterway June 25th. The county took care of removing that boat. Dozens of volunteers spent time over the weekend cleaning up from the 4th of July festivities. They carted trash Friday morning left behind by thousands who came to watch the fireworks on Flagler Beach. The city handed out garbage bags on Independence Day, and it looks like they were used. Volunteers say there was less litter to clean up this year, but there was still the usual lawn chairs, shoes left behind, and even some strange things like a plastic horn and a massive beach ball. Someone's also missing a cell phone. Among the volunteers were representatives from the Santa Maria del Mar Catholic Church, the Flagler Young Democrats, and the Flagler County Association of Realtors.
Why are we seeing coyotes in Flagler County?
Eric Mead with Florida Fish and Wildlife says we're pushing them out.
Coyote populations, they don't really have any natural predators or anything like that, so there's nothing to really control them.
Mead said that if you have a Florida hunting license, you can hunt coyotes year-round with no bag limits. He said that coyotes are not dangerous to people, and they're smaller in Florida than in other parts of the country. You can hear the full interview on the Free for All Friday podcast. You can find that at the Flagler Radio app. Download the Flagler Radio app today. Tomorrow, what's up with feral cats? From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.